5 minutes was too much last time. I got about 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 2 minutes in, and I had a lot of stuff. Let me join the party. You ready?
I'll go find a seat.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's next year, isn't it? Oh, I'm gonna make you pay for free. All right, bud.
Make it up as we go. It's like Watson shooting 90% on the year.
What's his first miss in the year? Amazing. That's amazing. All right.
We'll find out really quickly.
All right.
Yeah. No. Just whenever Powers does it, I've thought about it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Are we going? Are you totally sure? Okay. I hope. Can you hear us? So what we got out there is we got... We're good. All right. Welcome to Tri-West High School in beautiful Liston, Indiana for tonight's varsity boys basketball matchup between the 1-8 Speedway Spark Plugs and the 8-2 Tri-West Bruins. I'm Brian Powers, joined tonight by Tri-West legend Tyler Bruce.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
Thank you for joining us here tonight. So tonight should be a good matchup for the Bruins. They've got come in once again with an 8-2 record. Speedway is 1-8, coached by Charles Bennett. Speedway has played a couple of common opponents with Tri-West so far this year. They've got Beech Grove. They've lost twice to Beech Grove, who did defeat Tri-West in a tough matchup at the end of December. And they also lost to Decatur Central by 19, who Tri-West handled in that same day matchup, the holiday tournament with Beech Grove, and New Palestine was also there. And we see as the Bruins and the Spark Plugs take the floor. Give me some thoughts on tonight's matchup.
Well, I mean, going into it, I think we're the favorite, but you never know on any given night. I mean, we didn't play well against Speedway a few weeks ago. Whether or not we can stay out of foul trouble and get it going early, I think that's going to be some keys to the evening. Yeah,
the Bruins are coming off a good win last week versus Covenant Christian, where they opened up the game and just dominated from the start. The first half they were 7-6, and Covenant Christian had not hit a field goal. They had hit 6 free throws, but no field goals, and they just kind of controlled the game from there. It was a fairly close matchup the last 3 quarters, but Tri-West was also came out with their pressure, and that was just way too much for Covenant Christian to withstand. They looked really good. They looked fresh. They looked quick. Pretty much all the things you would expect from a Tri-West team, especially this Tri-West team, which has to rely more on their speed than their size inside. So it'll be a good matchup here as Speedway is not very tall either. They've got a couple 6'3" players, but Tri-West should match up pretty well. You've got Logan Blake, who you coached him in football. He's listed, I think, as 5'11", 6 feet tall. He plays with a guy with the athletic ability that he has, plays like he's 6'2", 6'3", and he's the team's leading rebounder.
Yeah, he got a lot of spring off the floor. I mean, quick to the rim, quick off the floor when he goes for those rebounds. He's a matchup problem for anybody he faces with his athleticism. Doesn't matter any week. I would say, though, that 5'11" does seem a little short for him. I would list him around 6 foot, 6'1".
It could have been 6 foot. I just kind of guessed on these ones. But so as a former basketball coach, would you match him up with someone 6'3" or 6'4"?
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with it. His arm length and the ability to jump, he can front any person that he's played against. I mean, he played against Trevor Lakes this last year for Lebanon in that sectional game and matched up pretty well against him. I think held him to under 10 points. So.
All right, we've got the national anthems, and then we'll go with the starting lineup. And that was the national anthem by the Tri-West Bruins Marching Blue Alliance. The starting lineups for tonight for Speedway, once again, 1-8 coming into the game under head coach Charles Bennett. They average 47.2 points a game. At guard, number 3, Peyton Senior, 6-foot senior Peyton Hartman, averaging 2.1 points a game. And as we see on the
center
broadcast, yes, center court. That's the big TW. That is Tyler Watson getting honored for being the all-time leading scorer in Tri-West history. I think he has 1,603 points right now, and that is a little bit more than Trevor Wade has. He broke the record a couple weeks ago against Decatur Central. So congratulations for Tyler. That's 4 years of hard work on the basketball court, and someone who coached him both football and basketball, you can attest to his hard work.
Yeah, well deserving of the honor. I mean, put in a lot of work over, longer than just 4 years. It started at an early age with his dad just being in the gym. So compliments to him and his family for that honor.
Yeah, Tyler is going to Marion University next year to play basketball, and he's getting honored again here with a well-deserved standing ovation from a very good crowd here tonight at Tri-West. It's Tri-West Youth Basketball and Cheerleading Night. A good crowd here tonight. So
well, I think they heard Channel 13 was supposed to be here tonight. Maybe they all started showing up for the cameras.
I think they heard you and I were broadcasting.
Oh, that could have been it as well.
Instead of sitting at home watching on YouTube, they want to come and watch the game live.
Didn't want to hear us, did they?
Hear us. All right, starting lines for Speedway. Once again, Peyton Hartman, a 6'3" or a 6-foot guard. Also at guard, number 20, Camden Del Carabo, a 5'10" senior. At forward, or at the other guard, is number 32, Chris Valentine, a 5'11" senior, averaging 13.1 points a game, 4.1 rebounds, 3.1 assists, and 4.7 turnovers. So he does a little bit all of it, including give the ball to the other team sometimes. Something to keep an eye on if you are the Bruins. Forwards for Speedway, Alex Moore, he's their leading scorer, 6'3" junior, 15 points a game, 5 rebounds. And number 40, Dominique Hampton, a 6'1" senior, averaging 6 points and 6 rebounds a game. For the Bruins, it's the same starting lineup they've used for most of the year. At forward, we have Jared Kiefer, a 6'3" senior, averaging 11 points a game. Braden Van Slyke, a 6-foot junior, averaging 5 points a game, and Sam Fulton, a 6'3" junior, averaging 5 points a game. And the guards are really where they get it done. Logan Blake, a 5'11", 6', 6'1", 6'2" senior,
somewhere in there,
averaging 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists a game. And Tyler Watson, a 6-foot senior, averaging 23 points a game. So here we go for the opening tip. Should be a good matchup. Let's see how the Bruins come out, see if they come out strong like they did last week against Covenant Christian. The first night of a back-to-back, they host Westfield tomorrow night.
They'll play 3 out of the next 4 nights, right? They have Lebanon at Lebanon on Monday.
Oh, is that when the
they've redone that game, so it'll be on Monday.
And then they've got 2 next week. They got at Danville on Friday and then a Saturday game, too.
We will definitely see how they do on short work or short rest.
And that was a short work getting the basket there for Tyler Watson as Logan Blake won the tip. So nice start for the Bruins as they lead 2-0.
Very surprised on that tip with Speedway, their defense there.
Yeah, Logan Blake gets a lot of those. I mean, he almost won it against Plainfield a couple times just off of leaping ability, and they've got a 6'11" guy.
Moore with the 2-point shot.
2 points for Alex Moore. He's their leading scorer. Here's Blake. Blake gets it over the right side to Watson, who got called for the travel. He saw that coming. He shuffled his feet when he caught it, got a little excited to drive around his man, saw the opening, but was a little too quick. So Speedway has the ball. Tri-West applying their pressure. Here's Del Carabo with it, with Watson on him. Carabo stops at the free throw line, passes it out to Moore. Moore drives the lane, shoots, misses, gets his own rebound, and the lefty puts it back in.
Got a box out there.
So 2 quick buckets for Alex Moore, and Speedway's up 4-2 early. Kiefer with it on the left side to Watson. Watson up top to Braden Van Slyke, moves it around.
A 3-2 zone there that they're playing defensively.
Something you don't see very often, really.
No, definitely trying to close us off from our driving lanes.
And Sam Fulton last week did a great job of getting position inside. So let's see something we can look for again. Watson with it on the baseline. He dribbles.
Being a lot more patient than I thought he'd be there.
Yeah. Here's Derek Kiefer. Jared Kiefer. I did that last week too. Fulton with it inside to Kiefer, and Kiefer goes up for 2. So tie ball game. Nice pass, nice interior pass by Sam Fulton, and Bruins with the pressure again.
Let's see if we can stay in front of this guy defensively. We're getting a little off balance.
They've got him moving. Del Carabo gets it across the 10-second line, and they're going to set up the offense. Here's Valentine. Chris Valentine with it. Tries to go down low to Hampton. He's a pretty big guy down there. Got Fulton on him, back up top to Valentine for the long 3, and that rims out, and Watson saves it. As him and Kiefer were fighting for the rebound, they were able to save it. Braden Van Slyke bringing it up, gives it to Logan Blake. Blake with it. Looks to be in a 2-3 zone now. Or, no, are they back to man?
Back to a
I think
little
they're
man
back
here.
to man here. So
Must be a matchup on a miss.
So
Make go to their zone. They can get set.
Logan Blake with it. Fade away, jump shot, no good. Tipped around by Watson, and here comes Valentine with it. Valentine pushes it up the court, and he draws the foul. Be interested to see who they got that on. It looks like
Van Slyke.
It looks like they whistled it when Logan Blake came around, but I think Braden Van Slyke got him on the arm.
No, they called it on Logan.
To Blake. They must have seen he got him with the body on that one, but it's definitely Van Slyke got him with the arm. So Chris Valentine, the senior, at the line for 2.
You'd like to see on that transition Watson stopping him near half court instead of letting him just go right around him and drive into those two. It really puts a lot of pressure on them underneath the bucket.
Yeah, and that's something that he normally does. He normally tries to get to the bucket. But so is this something that after they hit the free throw, they're going to look to be in a zone?
We'll see. I mean, we're going to find out early what their thoughts were.
He misses both free throws.
Misses both. They better match up here.
Yep, looks like they're in a matchup. Here's Van Slyke with it up top to Kiefer. Kiefer dribbles, hands off to Logan Blake. Logan Blake, the screen set by Fulton. Fulton rolls, and I think he was trying to hit Fulton, but it's deflected to Kiefer in the corner to Van Slyke for 3, and that's way off. And Speedway with the rebound. Here comes Del Carabo with it. He's pushing it up court, stopped by Tyler Watson. Watson on the ball. Del Carabo over in the corner to Valentine. Valentine with the screen and roll to Hampton, who's blocked by Van Slyke. And we've got a foul. It looks to be on Van Slyke. Alex Moore draws the foul, and are they calling that a shooting foul?
Yeah, he got it underneath the bucket. Looked like he started to try to put it up.
Looks like Speedway likes to do a lot of pick and rolls, and they did call the foul on Kiefer, so that's his first.
That's poor helpline defense there. I mean, we lost track of where the ball was. Everybody's on their man. You see Watson fall through the lane there and stick close to his guy. Needs to just stop halfway there. His guy's not a threat on the outside based upon the points per game.
So Alex Moore makes both. He's got all 6 of their points, and Speedway leads 6-4 with just under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Tyler Watson with it. He's guarded by Valentine. Sam Fulton up top to screen, gives it over to Van Slyke. Van Slyke across to Kiefer. Kiefer driving down the lane. Tries to get it inside, down low to Watson, but it's tipped away on the play by Valentine. Tri-West will keep the basketball underneath their own goal.
You really like to see 4 go up there. He gets inside the paint. He gets underneath that volleyball line. Like to use that left hand he's pretty good at.
Yeah, he's got good interior presence. We saw that last week, and Watson misses the shot, so he's off a little bit early. Chris Valentine with the rebound. He brings it up, gives it over in the corner to Del Carabo. Carabo back up top to Hampton. Hampton to Valentine for 3, but we've got looks like a moving screen. I think that was on Del Carabo, so that will be his first.
Nope, second on 20.
Second
on Del Carabo.
So that is his second, team's second, apparently. And Tri-West will have the ball. That's Van Slyke.
There's a good open look.
Watson in the corner for 3, and he's off on that one
good
again.
Rebound.
Kiefer with the rebound, but and draws the foul on Hampton. So Jared Kiefer with a nice rebound off the Watson miss draws the foul on Hampton, and that will be Hampton's first and team's second. So that was the first on Del Carabo.
Yeah.
Kiefer at the line, and he misses a free throw.
Good grab by Jared there, but a nice job by Logan Blake by keeping that alive, putting it kind of close to him to be able to get that rebound and get a chance at the bucket.
So we've got a substitution as Lucas Gooden is checking in, the senior for Tri-West, and we have a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout by Speedway. So what have you seen so far? It's kind of a rough start for the Bruins. They seem to be struggling from the field.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, the last game we got to an up-tempo really quickly. I think that our patience is something that maybe we're not the best at. We want to be an up-tempo team, you know, drive and kick. And I'm not seeing a lot of penetration in this zone right now. A lot of interior or exterior passing instead of getting that ball in the lane and then making some things happen.
So when you're playing against a 2-3 zone, you're trying to go into the middle. Are you trying to get back cuts, or are you trying to look for threes, or is this just kind of depend on your strengths and the looks you've got?
You know, depends on the strengths you got, but definitely want to try to get in that lane, allow the defense to collapse, and then allow movement from the outside.
All right. Kiefer hits the second. So he goes pass. 1 of 2 from the line. Speedway will have the ball up 6-5.
Oh, can't let him go that way.
Well, he got just around it. He got the ball back into Hartman. Hartman saved it to Moore. Here's Dalcarabo back up top to Moore. Dalcarabo has the ball, dribbling against Logan Blake. Up top to Valentine. Valentine comes around the screen, shoots 3, misses, tipped around,
nice
and
rebound.
Logan Blake with the rebound. Here comes Blake, bringing it up.
Push up. See,
Lucas
that's what you want.
Down low, goes up, he misses, but he does draw the foul.
See, him pushing the ball up the floor, making the defense come to him, allowed for that vision and be able to see Gooden underneath the bucket. That was a great pass.
Yeah, that was. He looked up. He had Lucas Gooden right under there. You'd like to see him hit that shot, obviously, but he drew the foul. That was on Peyton Hartman. That's his first, the team's third, and Gooden will have 2 shots.
Yeah, getting them in foul trouble might be a key for us. I mean, looking at what they got, it doesn't look like they have a ton of depth past this starting 5, but we will see.
Yeah, and really even past Valentine and Alex Moore, their big scorers, they don't have a whole lot. Substitution for Speedway checking in is Kyle Smith, a 6'2 junior, number 30. And Gooden hits both free throws, so he has 2 points. Tri-West now has the lead, 7-6, 3 minutes remaining. Here's Hampton driving on Fulton. Tries to go up, and he does go up. Dominique Hampton gets the bucket to fall. Is he a lefty?
It went up with the left hand there. I don't know if he is or not. Ooh, a lot of hands there.
And they're going to call Watson stepping out of bounds. So like you said, there was a lot of hands on that one. Hampton used the baseline as a second defender, which is what you like to see as a coach in a situation like that.
Yep, just not on our side. Oh, nice takeaway.
Nice play. And Jared Kiefer with the steal on the inbounds lays it up 4-2. He has 5 early points. Speedway comes right back down. And
good
they
travel
got called for a travel.
That was some home officiating right there you like to see.
Kyle Smith gets called for the travel underneath the basket, negating the 2-point play, and the Bruins will bring it up. Logan Blake coming across the timeline, waiting for a screen by Fulton, gets double-teamed, and he throws it away. Throws it to Valentine. Valentine bringing it up, and the Bruins don't stop the ball. And Chris Valentine goes right down the lane for 2. Here comes Watson bringing it back up over to Kiefer. And Kiefer goes up for it and is fouled. We're seeing a little bit of rec league ball, it looks to be.
Well, us increasing the tempo is a benefit, I would say. Now, definitely a bad step through there on that last pass to the corner. And we got to stop the ball in transition. That's the only thing that can score. But getting the ball out quick and getting it down the floor is going to be a good thing for us, I think, tonight.
Yeah, they didn't stop the ball on that last one, and that's how Valentine was able to get to the bucket. Kiefer hits the first free throw, and he also hits the second. That foul was on Kyle Smith, who just checked in, and 11-10, Tri-West with the lead. Here's Dalcarabo in the backcourt being harassed by Gooden. Here comes Logan Blake over with the double team, and Kiefer steps in the passing lane and knocks it out. Speedway retains possession. A couple substitutions checking in for the Spark Plugs. Number 22, that's Devin Valentine, and number 42, Sam Jackson, checking into the game as well for Speedway.
You'd like to see us use some youth tonight. See if we got a couple of younger kids that can join into this game. We will see if it happens.
Yeah, Luke Robertson played good minutes last week.
Yes, he did.
And he played well, so we'll see if he comes in. Kyle Smith with it. Here's over to Jackson. Jackson in the corner to Valentine. Valentine to Valentine. And Chris Valentine misses the three-point basket.
By Kiefer.
Kiefer with the board, and here comes the Bruins. Kiefer at the top of the key, looking into curl for Watson. Watson up top to Blake. Blake double-teamed by Valentine, and Valentine shakes him off, goes with a 15-foot jump shot, and it's out of bounds, and it's tipped out last by Sam Fulton. The Bruins are getting some good looks. They're just not able to capitalize on those good looks.
Still like to see a little bit more driving by Logan there, though. I mean, they gave him an angle. Definitely take advantage of that with his speed and strength.
Yeah. Here's Valentine in the corner for 3, and that's no good. Logan Blake goes up for it, doesn't get it, but it is taken down by Kyle Smith. Kyle Smith goes up for it and is fouled by Logan Blake, and that is his second. So that's 2 fouls on Logan Blake. And that is That will put Kyle Smith to the line. That foul was apparently on Lucas Gooden, so Blake only has one and Lucas Gooden has one.
That was an interesting call.
Yeah, I thought
only Logan was underneath the basket there, but that's okay. We'll spread the wealth.
Smith hits the first, and he hits the second. So Speedway with a 12-11 lead, 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Here comes Logan Blake, who has only one foul. Dribbling up court against Del Carabo. He gives it over to Lucas Gooden in the middle to Tyler Watson. And Watson can't seem to get around Valentine. He gets his shot blocked by Sam Jackson, and Speedway comes away with the ball.
Definitely letting him play inside.
They are. Watson's tried that curl move a few times, and you'd hope he doesn't start getting frustrated as his shots are not falling. But Speedways are. There's Chris Valentine, and he has his second bucket of the game, and the Spark Plugs have a 14-11 lead. 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Tyler Watson with it. Nice pass down low to Sam Fulton, who lays it in.
Oh, nice grab by Gooden.
Lucas Gooden
and out of bounds on Speedway.
And he throws it out off of Chris Valentine. The Bruins will take over near the Speedway bench. That was a good play by Gooden. And a good thing for Watson, just a playmaker. If your shots aren't falling, you want to see him come in and pass the ball, get those assists, get the other team involved.
Yep, but him driving to the bucket is what created that.
So here's Watson again, guarded by Chris Valentine.
There he is. Nice job.
Fulton with the roll.
Ooh, get up again. Nope.
Rebound to Fulton, no, and he passes out. Lucas Gooden has it. Mishandles the ball. Probably gets away with a double dribble. Stolen by Chris Valentine. Valentine goes up for it with a pump fake, and he is fouled by Tyler Watson. That was a smart play there by Chris Valentine. He saw Watson was coming in fast. He just jump-stopped and drew the foul on Watson. As a coach, would you like to see him go up and get a better shot, or what would you see in a situation like that?
With who? With Valentine?
With Valentine.
Valentine, good job by him. I mean, creating any kind of fouls on 13 for their team to get him out of the game would be a huge factor for them.
Valentine makes his first free throw, 15-13 Speedway, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Misses the second one, and Logan Blake comes away with the rebound. So you think the Bruins are going to go for one last shot. Let's see if they can be patient with it here. Watson with it up top to Lucas Gooden. Gooden dribbles to the left side, kind of hands it off to Logan Blake, who drives baseline across to Bryce Miller off his foot. Picked up by Del Carabo, who falls on the ground and gets it to Chris Valentine as he's falling down. Speedway with the ball, 10 seconds remaining, and they will hold for the last shot. Chris Valentine, here comes a screen by Jackson. Jackson rolls, Valentine finds him, and Jackson goes up for two as time expires in the first quarter, and that gives the Spark Plugs a 17-13 lead after one. So an interesting first quarter, one where we've got Tri-West shooting 33% from the field and Speedway shooting 54%. A lot of the Speedway shots have been layups and driving to the basket, whereas Tri-West seems to be settling for more outside shots and not necessarily things that are going to the basket like you talked about.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking very similar to the way that Avon game went, where maybe Tri-West got a little overzealous looking at the other team's record, came in here not really gritting it down on the defensive end, not really executing offensively with some sloppy passes, sloppy play, and not making our layups. I mean, similar to how that game went. So let's see if they can snap out of it here pretty quick and get the lead going into half.
Yeah, I think did this compare to last week against Covenant Christian is a totally different ball game. We saw Tri-West come out and just assert their dominance early, and they have not done that in this game.
Right. I mean, with Covenant Christian, though, we weren't letting the guy drive up the sideline on that pressure that we'd have in the full court. Right now, defensively, we're allowing that guy to have the sideline, pushing up the floor, and then we're out of defensive positioning on our end.
Yeah, Speedway's point guard, Camden Del Carabo, deserves a lot of credit for that. He's been patient so far, but there's still a lot of game left.
Yeah, and I really like the way 32 Valentine's been playing for them so far.
Yeah,
doing a good job as a senior leader for them, slowing the game down and taking shots that he's comfortable with.
Not letting it get out of control for him. So Speedway starts off with the shot from Alex Moore, who misses. Bruins have the rebound. Here's Bryce Miller. Bryce Miller with it. He looks in the corner to Kiefer. Kiefer back up top to Miller, over to Logan Blake, and he gives it back to Kiefer. We've got a little cluster up top here with Braden Van Slyke and Tyler Watson. They get it to Watson, who's looking down low, finds Kiefer. Kiefer back up top to Logan Blake. Logan Blake with Del Camden guarding him, gives it back to Watson. Watson with a little pump fake, drives the lane, and there is a foul called on that one. That was a.
Wasn't sure if he was going to give that one to him, but it definitely was a moving block.
Yeah, they gave that one to Camden Del Carabo, which is his second foul. So their point guard is in a little bit of foul trouble, and Tyler Watson has 2 free throws. That was a late whistle.
Yeah, I would like to see maybe some ball movement, clearing out some side of the floor for maybe Watson and Blake, and then some dives behind them. It looks like we're getting a little too clustered over on one side, driving into a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that pass could have gone. The pass that went to Watson could have gone to 2 people, as him and Braden Van Slyke were basically right next to each other. Peyton Hartman checking back into the game for Del Carabo, and Watson misses his free throw.
Ooh.
But Braden Van Slyke almost saves it out of bounds, and it will be Speedway's ball. Checking back in again for Speedway is Dominique Hampton. So Speedway with the ball. They have a 17-14 lead with 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Chris Valentine with it, guarded by Logan Blake. Here comes a screen by Hampton, and he rolls quickly, but that leaves a Braden Van Slyke there to double up. And it's in the corner to Alex Moore. Alex Moore down low to Valentine. Valentine kind of bodies Watson up, and he misses the shot. But Peyton Hartman with the hustle play and knocks the ball out of bounds off of Logan Blake. Speedway will take over.
Got to grab that, know your surroundings, then push it. You can't just put it on the floor right away.
Speedway with the ball. They retain possession. Chris Valentine with it over to Peyton Hartman. Hartman to Moore. Looking for Valentine off the screen. Valentine down low to Hampton, and he kind of forced the pass, but it appears as though they did call the foul on Braden Van Slyke checking in. So that is Braden Van Slyke's first, and he will sit down with Sam Fulton checking in. That is Van Slyke's second foul apparently. My record keeping leaves a little to be desired here. Here's Hampton with it. He misses the layup. He passes it out to
We are just not grabbing
Hartman,
the basketball, are we?
And
somebody lathered that thing up before the game.
On the floor, and it's out off of Tri-West. They're letting him play down there.
Well,
they're letting him play. So Speedway has the ball underneath their basket. Chris Valentine with it. Inbounds to Hampton. Across to Moore. Over to Hartman. Hartman in the corner to Valentine. Back up top to Chris
down
Valentine.
Inside by 40. Ooh.
Down inside. Hampton misses the layup.
Push the ball.
Kyle Smith misses the rebound.
There
Logan
you go.
Blake
Good kick.
Kicks it out to Watson for the open three.
That's what we want to see.
He gets it.
Push the floor. Let those two play. Get to the lane. Nice kick. Nice job setting his feet. Knocking it down.
There's Tyler Watson. He was a little cold in the first quarter, so hopefully this kind of starts things out for him. Tie ball game at 17, but at the other end, Dominique Hampton muscles it down low. He's not very tall, but he's a big guy compared to some of our guys.
Yep, little late rotation there. I thought Tyler really got there almost in time. He's definitely got to hit the floor there if he wants that foul call, though. There's a good clear out.
Watson dribbles.
Nice kick.
Screens, passes it out to Bryce Miller for three. Bryce Miller, averaging 3 points a game, hits a three, so he's right at his average. And Tri-West now has a 20-19 lead.
I'm going to call he exceeds that number tonight.
I think so. I think he might. Chris Valentine with it, guarded by Logan Blake.
There's
Valentine with a lazy pass across the court. And it's picked off by Watson.
On the ground.
Logan Blake with it. He's bringing it up court. Blake with it, guarded by
That's a foul.
Drew Valentine,
Good.
and they call the foul.
It's a foul on 40.
Foul is on Dominique Hampton. That is his second. So we got a couple substitutions for Speedway. Checking in is number 22, Devin Valentine, and number 42, Sam Jackson. So we have two Valentines on the court right now.
Well, closer to Valentine's Day.
It is. So we'll just flood the court.
Nice job, Sam.
Sam Fulton with the 15-foot jump shot. Nice pass by Logan Blake. And Sam Fulton with his fourth point of the game. Tri-West leads 22-19.
You like seeing him with the confidence there shooting that shot.
You got a big guy who can shoot that. That's going to open a lot of things up. On the other end, Alex Moore with his 8th point, and he brings the Sparkplugs to within 1, 22-21. Logan Blake with it up top, waiting for the screen from Kiefer, who rolls all the way down to the basket. Watson finds him, but the ball is stolen by Kyle Smith. Kyle Smith comes out with it. He passes it on the sideline to Alex Moore. Alex Moore, the lefty, pulls up. No good on that one. And Bryce Miller gets the rebound. Miller with it to Watson for a long 3, and it is just short. But Sam Fulton there with the rebound gives it to Watson, who gets the basket and the foul. That play was Sam Fulton right there.
Yes, it was. He ran rim to rim there, grabbed that right off the top, and laid it off for number 13.
Tyler Watson with the basket and draws the foul. Lucas Gooden checking into the ball game for Logan Blake, who gets a much-needed rest. The foul on that play is on Sam Jackson. That is his first. Watson with the free throw, and he got it to complete the three-point play and give the Bruins a 4-point lead, their largest lead of the night with 4 minutes remaining. Chris Valentine with it over in the corner to Devin. We'll go with Devin. Devin Valentine.
Sure.
Yeah. Devin Valentine in the corner where we last left him. Drives by Tyler Watson, goes up for it, but Watson comes across and blocks it. I think that's a senior baiting someone to kind of take a shot where he could come across. And on the other end, Jared Kiefer with 2. And timeout, Speedway. That is a full timeout. Luke Robertson will be checking in for the Bruins when we start playing. I'll get it right here.
When we come out of the timeout.
When we resume play here in a minute. 27-21 Tri-West, 3:47 remaining in the first half.
Definitely saw the pace pick up there.
Yeah.
I think that's beneficial to us. I mean, we've gotten a couple defensive stops, being able to push the ball quickly, and they're not matching up with us in transition as well. Missing their 2 starters right now that are on the bench, maybe a little bit of foul trouble.
Yeah, and like you said, it looks like Tri-West is starting to try to go to the bucket a little bit more. And when you've got guys like Jared Kiefer and Sam Fulton who can step out and hit those 15-foot jump shots, that's going to open up a lot of things out on the court.
Definitely puts a lot more worry into the Speedway Sparkplugs. If those guys are hitting those 15-footers with confidence like they should have been doing all year, because they both can do it, it opens the floor for Tyler Watson to be able to get some of his easy looks that, you know, a team definitely doesn't want to give to him.
Yeah, he's, like we talked about earlier, he got honored for being the all-time leading scorer in Tri-West history, and he's starting to catch up a little bit tonight. He's got 9 points, and Tri-West leads 27-21. Chris Valentine bringing the ball up. Lucas Gooden will pick him up. Valentine dribbles right. He's looking, and he comes back to the middle, across to Peyton Hartman for the 3, and that's short. Rebound is picked up by Devin Valentine, who gets it to Chris Valentine for the 3, and that's short as well. They're starting to settle, and Tyler Watson's looking to take advantage. He pulls up from 15 feet. No good. Sam Fulton with the rebound. There is a foul called, and the foul is going to be called on Chris Valentine. Devin Valentine, and that will be his first foul.
Devin, as you call him, Devon, right?
Devin, don't call me Devon Valentine.
There you go.
Sam Fulton going to the line. We'll shoot 1-1 as that is the 8th team foul. And poor Devin Valentine got kind of stuck there. He got called for a foul for being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, he was trying to lobby for a box out there, but Sam already had the ball as he's putting them out underneath the basket.
That's 5'9" versus 6'3" right there, and that's what happens. Fulton hits both free throws. Tri-West moves the lead up to 8, 29-21. Chris Valentine over in the corner to Peyton Hartman. Hartman down to Alex Moore, who is guarded by the other lefty. Jared Kiefer drives the lane, and that was Kyle Smith driving the lane, and it's a foul on Tri-West.
You just hate to see that call from the official. Up here at half court, backside of the guy. You got a guy running underneath the bucket looking at it, but you know, they're trying to help each other, but we'll take it.
Smith hits the first. He's got 3 points on 3 free throws. That foul was on Sam Fulton, but that is only his first, so not an issue for him right now. Kyle Smith with the second, and he hits them both. And Tri-West leads 29-23. 3 minutes remaining. Watson brings it up over to Luke Robertson. Robertson to Kiefer. Kiefer hands it
A lot
off
of
to
movement.
Watson.
That's good.
Watson up to
There he is.
Watson up to 17 feet. Tries to pass it down low to Sam Fulton, who was rolling, but he could not handle it. But luckily, Tri-West gets the ball back on a kick ball.
Yeah, he looked for a cutter. I think he looked at the wrong one. He had Sam rolling right off that screen, right to the block. Would have been a nice layoff there. He looked for Kiefer. Some hands got on it, but luckily we got it back.
Couple guys back in for Speedway, Del Corrabo and Hampton. And on that play, Lucas Gooden finds Luke Robertson for 2. So Tri-West with an 8-point lead. Speedway with it. Here's Del Camden, passes in the middle to Dominique Hampton. Hampton driving down the lane, goes up, and he draws a foul on Sam Fulton. So I jinxed it, as that will be Fulton's second team foul, and Hampton will go to the line for 2. In a situation like this where Tri-West is up 31-23, you got to put your starters back in, right?
I don't know
if they've got 2 fouls.
I don't think you have to keep your starters in at this point. I would honestly take Sam out, trying to keep him from getting that third here in the first half.
What about with Speedway?
With Speedway, yes, you got to put those guys back in. You don't want this to get out of hand in the first half and not be able to catch up. So I do like the sub by Tri-West, and I do like the sub by Speedway of getting that big number 40 back in, being able to play down on the block.
Coach Bontrager was listening to you up here as he brought Logan Blake in for Sam Fulton. Fortunately, Hampton misses both free throws, so that does not harm the Bruins much.
Cut. And look at that.
There is Lucas Robertson once again down low, unguarded, and Logan Blake finds him. 2 straight possessions. Luke Robertson has been down low by himself, and on the other end, as Chris Valentine has the shot blocked by Logan Blake, and here comes the Bruins. Luke Robertson going for 3 in a row.
3 layups on the left side every time. They better start guarding that side of the bucket.
Left-handed with that one on a great pass from Watson, and has pushed the Bruins lead up to 12. Del Corrabo with it over to Kyle Smith. Smith guarded by Kiefer, back in the corner to Del Corrabo. Del Corrabo with it, and he picks up his dribble. He goes for the back cut. Nice play, nice cut, and that was Kyle Smith for the nice pass and nice feed. Here comes the Bruins. Tyler Watson with the 3. He's short, and Alex Moore with the rebound.
You had Luke wide open on a left-handed layup again. Timeout again by
Speedway.
That's their third of this half, isn't it? 2 left.
Yeah, they've taken 2 30-second timeouts, so they are out of 30-second timeouts. Or do they have 3? I think you get 3 30-second timeouts and 2. Or no, maybe it's flipped.
The other way. 3 fulls, 2 30s, right?
Yes. So they are done with 30s. They have 2 full timeouts left. Tri-West has not taken any. 1 minute, 27 seconds remaining in the first half. Tri-West leads 35-25 in a game that has seen the Bruins start to pull away a little bit in the second quarter after a rugged start to the game in the first quarter, but Tri-West is starting to impose their will a little bit. Let's see what we can do for the last minute and a half. Speedway will inbounds the ball underneath their own goal. No pressure from the Bruins, and Del Corrabo will bring the ball up. Camden Del Corrabo, a 5'10 senior. Here comes the pressure, and he gets it across court to Valentine. Valentine back to Del Corrabo. Bruins look to be playing a 1-3-1 zone here.
Did jump out in the zone. Oh, we lost the rotation underneath. That's an okay foul, though, by Robertson.
If you're Speedway, you'd like to see Kyle Smith just go up with that. He put the ball on the floor. You'd like to see him take it, turn, and go up with it.
It might have been a little far away for his athleticism. I'm not sure. I don't know the kid. But it did get a good power dribble, went up off 2 feet strong. But a good foul by Robertson, not letting him get it in the basket.
Kyle Smith hits the first free throw.
And he's living at the line tonight, isn't
he? He's got 5 points from the line already, 7 points total. He's got a second one. Checking into the game for Speedway is Sam Jackson, and also Peyton Hartman checking in. Kyle Smith taking his second one, and he gets it to fall. So Kyle Smith hits both free throws, 35-27 Tri-West. Here's Logan Blake over the corner. It's a lazy pass. Lazy pass taken up by Chris Valentine, who's driving down, and they call the foul on Luke Robertson.
Poor pass.
What do we think about that, Coach?
I mean, he had a lot of ball there, but he did get him with the body, I guess, low. You're not going to take Luke out here. There's a minute left. I'm sure he played some quarters earlier tonight. He's only going to get a couple here in this varsity group of action.
Chris Valentine at the line. gets the first. He's got 6 points tonight, averaging 13.1 on the season.
Only thing Luke could have done a little bit better there is maybe stop the ball a little higher. He let him get really deep into the lane there,
and
allowing that shot.
We've seen that a couple times with the Bruins where they haven't stopped the ball high enough and let Speedway get to the bucket. So 35-29, Tri-West, 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Kiefer with it, hands it off to Blake.
That's a good play call right there.
That was. Pass it up to Kiefer, who's up top, and Logan Blake
cut off the shoulder of him.
Got the handoff and drove right to the bucket. So Logan Blake will go to the line shooting 2 shots. That foul was on Kyle Smith. That's his second. So refs are starting to call this a little more closely here at the end of the second quarter. Logan Blake hits the first free throw, and that's his first point of the night.
Very even, 9-9 on that foul count.
Couple substitutions for Speedway as Dominique Hampton checks back in, and we've got Devin Valentine checking back into the game as well. Logan Blake with the second one. He hits them both and puts the Bruin lead back up to 8. 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Chris Valentine with it, guarded by Logan Blake. Off the screen to Devin Valentine in the corner to Alex Moore for 3, and he buries it.
2014 loaded up. I saw him play last year. Good
Alex
push
Moore
ahead.
3, and here comes the Bruins right back.
You would
Kiefer
think
misses
he would get a little square on that, not get so deep.
Del Carabo bringing it up,
nice
25
grab.
seconds remaining.
Throw it up,
Took
throw
it
it
away
up.
by Logan Blake. He's got Watson, jump
Nice
stop,
job.
and he goes up for 2. Logan Blake finds Tyler Watson streaking, and that pushes the Bruin lead to 39-32. 10 seconds remaining here. Let's see if Speedway can get off a shot. They better start going.
Don't jump here, Tyler. Stay back.
Here comes Valentine with it, and he's poked away by Logan Blake. Speedway will have the ball out near midcourt, 2.1 seconds remaining in the first half. Valentine into Chris Valentine, and it's blocked by Logan Blake, but he gets it back, misses the 3 at the buzzer, and that will do it for the first half. Your score, Tri-West 39, Speedway 32. Look at some first half stats and talk to I think a coach from Tri-West, and maybe even talk to Coach Bruce a little bit about some Tri-West football here.
I'll be here all night.
So the stats of first half, obviously Tri-West leading 39-32. 52% field goal for Tri-West, 47% for Speedway. Speedway only 1 of 7 in that on three-pointers, and that one was hit at the very end by Alex Moore. 11 of 16 from the free throw line. Tri-West 13 of 25 from the field, 52%, 2 of 6 from three-point range, and 11 of 13 from the three-point line. So first half 29 free throws.
That'd be the free throw line, not the three-point line.
Oh yeah, 2 of 6 from the three-point line. 11 of 13 from the free throw line, so 29 free throws in the first half. That's what you like to see for a quick, efficient game, right?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would have rather had the 11 of 13 from the three-point line, but
be a whole different story.
A little bit different game. We definitely pushed the tempo a little bit better in that second quarter, got after a little bit better on the defensive end, and outscored them, I believe, 26-15. So that was nice to see.
Yeah. Rebounds are in favor of Tri-West, 16-8, 5 on the offensive and 11 defensive. Tri-West has 11 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks, and 6 turnovers. Speedway only has 2 turnovers, so nice ball control for them in the first half. Individual stats so far we've got for Speedway. We have Alex Moore, their leading scorer, has 11 points already, averaging 15 on the year. Kyle Smith with 10 points. He only averages 4 points a game. He's hit, like you said, 6 from the free throw line, so living there. Chris Valentine has 7 points. Dominique Hampton has 4. Sam Jackson has 2. Devin Valentine, Camden Dalcarabo, Peyton Hartman all saw action but did not score. For Tri-West, Jared Kiefer has, I can't tell if that's a free throw or just.
I think it's a free throw. It looks like he's got 9.
An infinity symbol or something.
Yeah, you tried your best.
9 points. Luke Robertson came off the bench with 6 points. Bryce Miller hit that 3. He's got 3 points. Logan Blake with only 2 points on 2 free throws. Tyler Watson with 11.
There you go. There you go. I'll help you out with the math up here.
11 points. Lucas Gooden, 2 points. Sam Fulton with 6 points. and Braden Van Slyke played but did not score. So we've got on the halftime entertainment right now is Tri-West Youth Cheerleading Night, as youth basketball played a little bit earlier. So the youth cheerleaders are out there showing off their skills as well. So, Coach, you were a basketball coach last year, but this year you took over as head football coach. And in your first year, the Bruins definitely had their ups and downs. You had the start against probably one of the toughest schedules in 3A. You had a new quarterback, and then middle of the year, you brought in Tyler Watson as the quarterback. What was kind of the thinking behind that?
Just a leader of our team. We started fiddling with him a little bit halfway through, just to get a different type of look, and the work and the stuff he showed on the field, allowing us another dimension of being able to run with him, just gave us a great opportunity going forward. And I thought we were playing our best ball by the end of the year. Yeah,
you guys, there was a definite uptick in the offense and the defense and everything throughout the year, and there was a lot of new parts you had.
Yeah, we did a few things differently offensively, but we had a lot of different kids. I mean, you guys saw a lot of new faces this year, the Tri-West Bruin football team. Losing a great senior class last year, I mean, I think that was the most successful senior class that had ever gone through the building win-wise.
Yeah.
You lose a Division I player in Peyton Hendershot, who I've heard is doing a great job down at IU and hopefully seeing some action this next year. And then you got another kid in Casey Call, who's playing for a national championship at St. Francis this last year and getting the win. So filling those shoes was a little different at the beginning of the year, and we had to do some different things, just not having those two great athletes on our team. But our kids really bought in. We had proved every week, and like you said, we may have started out with one of the hardest schedules we've ever had here.
Yeah.
And playing West Lafayette at home with a couple of kids that they had was tough. I felt like we lost the game late, not necessarily early. Just let it get away from us. And then we went to Plainfield, had a pretty tough battle, 21-7. But Plainfield had some really good players, and was glad to see our guys grow in both those games, allowing for a good build near the end of the year. Lost a couple close conference games, but that happens, with the bumps and bruises of the season. So,
yeah. So next year, you're obviously losing even more after this senior class. So next year, what you got coming in? You've got a good 8th grade class, and you're losing some. So how's that gonna? How are you gonna work that in?
I mean, it's a high school process, right? You don't necessarily get recruits at this level. We got to take what we got and continue to see what we have, and then every team's a little different. I think that's why you saw some differences this year. So we will continue to see. Ow! I got people poking me from behind. We will continue to see what we have going forward, but we just continue to spit out athletes year after year, and kids we put into positions are just. We make new playmakers, right? I mean, it's not necessarily always going to have a Peyton Hendershot come through, but we're going to have kids that are going to be ready to take the reins and that have came up through the program that are waiting for their opportunity. And very excited about this 8th grade class coming in. I thought our freshmen did an outstanding job this year as a younger group and a JV team, so hopefully we can keep them intact. And then we got juniors and seniors that have been waiting for their time to shine. So I can't wait to see what kind of leadership we have with those groups, and see if they can really bring along the younger kids. And as long as we, I guess in Philadelphia's terms, trust the process, I think we'll be all right.
All right. So we've got with us here, we've got assistant coach Daniel Hoover, and he's going to take the headphones over for a quick halftime interview as he's he's come out from the locker room. We had a great cheerleading halftime, and of course the cheerleading program head up by Christy Rose always does a great job, multiple state championships. So Coach Hoover, first half, Bruins looked like the first quarter was a little rough, but they came back in the second quarter, and kind of you guys were able to impose your will a little bit more.
Yeah, the first quarter they kind of came out switching up defensive a lot, and I think that kind of confused us. We weren't doing a very good job communicating, but they ran a triangle 2, then they went a 3-2, then man. So I think that gave us a little bit difficulty right now, especially for Watson to get they made it difficult for him to kind of get into a rhythm, and I think you're going to see that a lot more teams do that to us probably.
Just trying to get things where trying to get Tyler frustrated.
Right.
Okay. So what are some of the keys you've got here in the second half? Obviously, you've built a 7-point lead. You had it up to, I think, 12. And they cut into it a little bit. They're pretty patient. They seem to have good guard play. And what's some of the keys to the second half?
I think offensively for us is taking care of the ball. You know, we're a team that we average 8 turnovers a game for a full game. We had 8 turnovers in the first half. Mm-hmm. So that can't happen. We got to take care of the ball a little bit more. And on defense, we got to be more physical than them. I think we're a team that we get a lot of easy buckets from our physicality on the defensive side, and we just weren't physical enough with them. And we got to do a better job at getting the ball out of 32 hands. Valentine, he's a really good playmaker, so we got to force him more towards half court and get the ball out of his hands.
All right, well, it sounds good. And about ready to start the second half. Got about 3 minutes left. So is looking ahead a little bit. You guys have 3 games in 4 nights.
Yep.
And then next week you've got the game at Danville. You got the game at Danville next Friday. How do you prepare for something like that? You've got this game tonight against 1-8 Speedway. You've got a game tomorrow against Westfield. Conference game on Monday against Lebanon. 3 games in 4 nights, and then the Danville game. How do you prepare for something?
I think for us, we just have to stay focused. We've had a great week of practice and getting the kids just in the mindset like we have a very big week ahead of us. And you also got to think when we get into sectional play and regional play, you're going to have a lot of games very close together. So we're kind of treating it like that. And we have a resilient bunch of kids that they've handled a lot throughout the years. So I don't think this is anything that's going to surprise them or catch them off guard. So it's really just keeping them focused and keeping them fresh a little bit as well.
You got some seniors who have been there before, so they know how to handle it. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
And good luck this weekend and this upcoming weeks.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right. So that was assistant coach Daniel Hoover. Was gracious enough to join us for a halftime interview. Talked about Tri-West just having to keep their pace and push the pace. We'll see how they go in the second half. About a minute left in the first half, and Tri-West leads 39-32 at halftime. A minute left in this halftime, where we saw the Tri-West youth cheerleaders out there performing, and we talked to football coach Tyler Bruce about their team for next year. So we'll see if the Bruins can come out in the first couple minutes of the third quarter and kind of increase this lead. You'd like to see them do that, increase the lead, and just see what they're made of, as they have been imposing their will in the second quarter. Just kind of pushed their lead up to 12, and Speedway brought it back down to 7, which is where we're at now. So it looks like for Speedway out on the court, they've got their starting lineup back out there, which is Peyton Hartman, Camden Dalcarabo, Alex Moore, Chris Valentine, and Dominique Hampton out there for the Sparkplugs. I'm assuming the Bruins will probably go with their starting lineup in the second half, and they are with Braden Van Slyke, Tyler Watson, Sam Fulton, Jared Kiefer, and Logan Blake out there. So Tri-West will have the ball to start the second half. Logan Blake with it, and let's see what kind of defense. It looks like a 2-3 zone for Speedway, as Coach Hoover talked about that and the switching of the defense. It's confused Tri-West a little bit, where they've got a few men in different places, just like they did there. The pass does get through, though, to Sam Fulton for 2 points, and Tri-West has a 41-32 lead. And on the other end, we've got Dominique Hampton for 2. Comes right back. Speedway comes right back. So Logan Blake brings the ball up, guarded by Dalcarabo. Over to Braden Van Slyke. Down low to Sam Fulton, who has deep position. Gets it back out to Kiefer. Van Slyke drives. Back to Kiefer, who drives, goes up. No good. Rebound to Sam Fulton. He misses. Fulton gets another rebound. It's taken away by Valentine, but they are going to call a foul. Foul called on Chris Valentine, I believe. No, they are calling the foul on Peyton Hartman. That's his second and team's first of the half. Tri-West with it. Braden Van Slyke at the top of the key looking for Watson. Watson gets it over in the corner to Logan Blake, who will shoot the three and hit the three. Logan Blake, three. That's his first field goal of the night. And here comes Tri-West with the pressure. The Bruins with the double team Watson. Watson gets it to Blake, and Blake for two more. So a quick 5 points for Logan Blake, and Tri-West has moved up to a 12-point lead. The Bruins are pushing the pace, and Kiefer, Peyton Hartman in the corner. He gets it to Alex Moore. Alex Moore goes up, and he gets two. So Alex Moore for two. And here comes the Bruins pushing it up in the corner to Logan Blake. Logan Blake with it. And he's looking down low to Sam Fulton, who's got great position, gets the bucket. Sam Fulton for 2 points. Assist to Logan Blake. Fulton and Blake have all the Bruins points here. Speedway, midcourt. Here comes Chris Valentine. Chris Valentine against Sam Fulton. No call on that one, but there is a call after Valentine misses the shot. So the foul is called on the play on Tri-West. Speedway will have the ball. Checking into the game for the Spark Plugs is number 30, Kyle Smith. The foul on that was on Jared Kiefer, and that is going to be his second. Speedway with the ball, inbounding underneath their own basket. Here's Del Carabo. Does not appear to be a threat to shoot as Watson is playing off of him. He passes it up top to Chris Valentine. Valentine down low to Hampton. Hampton can't handle it. Stolen by Sam Fulton. Here comes Logan Blake. Logan Blake ahead to Tyler Watson for two. Tyler Watson. Logan Blake with 3 quick assists in the second half, and the Bruins are starting to pull away. Here's Del Carabo up to Chris Valentine. Chris Valentine pulls up for 3, and he hits it. Chris Valentine hits the 3 right in front of the Speedway bench, and it's 50-39 Tri-West. 5:42 remaining in the third quarter. Logan Blake with it, guarded by Del Carabo. Blake in the corner to Van Slyke, pump fakes, drives, kicks it back out to Tyler Watson. Watson with it over to Logan Blake. Blake with the drive, kicks it to Fulton. Fulton cutting, and he gets it. 2 points. 2 more points for Sam Fulton. Assist to Blake. That's been the theme of the second half. Here comes Chris Valentine, and he hits a 3 as well. And we've got a timeout, full timeout for Speedway. I believe they have 1 full timeout remaining, or 1 20-second. I forget what we decided the timeouts were. They've got 1 timeout remaining. That is a full timeout for Speedway. So a quick pace to start the second half here as Tri-West has gone out to a 52-42 lead. We've got already 10 points for Speedway and 13 points for Tri-West in the second half, only less than 3 minutes in, as both teams have. We've got 23 points have already been scored in this half. Just a quick pace, and the shots are falling kind of a different way than what's happened in the start of the game, where Tri-West came out a little sluggish, a little off on their shots, and Speedway was hitting their shots, but now it's both teams are hitting their shots. So an entertaining start to the first half, if nothing else. 5:19 remaining in the third quarter, 52-42, Tri-West with the lead. Tri-West will be inbounding the basketball underneath the Speedway goal, and Braden Van Slyke appears to be the one inbounding the ball. Tyler Watson coming to pick it up, and we will resume play. Watson with it, dribbling up court, will be picked up by Camden Del Carabo. Watson over to Blake. Blake with it, and it looks to be a 1-2-2 kind of zone for Speedway. Here comes Watson with a great pass to Jared Kiefer. 4-2. Tri-West is moving the ball extremely well right now to start the second half. And now they're in a trap. Logan Blake with the steal on Del Camden. He brings it up with him as Tyler Watson came over for the double team. And Blake steals it, and he draws a foul on Camden Del Carabo. Del Carabo did not necessarily agree with that foul call, but he got it nonetheless. That is his third foul, team second. Logan Blake with it. Dribbles it up left-handed against Del Carabo. And Fulton with the spin to the bucket, and Blake finds him. Sam Fulton with 8 points in less than 3.5 minutes to start the second quarter. Here comes Speedway, and we've got a foul called on Jared Kiefer. So checking into the game for Speedway is Alex Moore and Devin Valentine. Checking in, and a foul on Jared Kiefer. That is his third. Speedway with the ball. Here's Chris Valentine. He'll be bringing it up. Valentine guarded by Watson. Over to Devin Valentine, who can't handle it, and the ball goes out of bounds to the Bruins. So an unforced error right there, and when you're down by 14 points, that's the last thing you want to see as a coach is an unforced error like that on just a bad bounce pass that goes right out of bounds. Logan Blake with it, bringing the ball up, looks to be Speedway is back in a man-to-man match or defense, but here comes Sam Fulton again with the cut, and Logan Blake with the assist. So just some great ball movement by Tri-West to really blow this game open. And here comes the pressure as Speedway gets it across. Devin Valentine does not look like he wants that ball. Passes it over to Chris Valentine, who does, cuts down the lane, and he gets a 2. He's got 8 points already here in the second half. 58-44 Tri-West. Logan Blake with it, dribbling against Del Camden down to Fulton, who misses the layup, had a wide open layup, can't get the rebound. Rebound taken down by Alex Moore. Here's Chris Valentine across the court to Devin Valentine. Back to Chris Valentine, who pulls up, and he's short. Battle for the rebound, comes away with it for Hampton. Hampton with it, looking over to Devin Valentine, who shoots the 3. No good, misses everything. But Chris Valentine there to get the rebound in and amongst Sam Fulton, and Sam Fulton fouls him as Valentine is going up for 2. So a few different offensive rebounds there for Speedway. Gets them a couple different shots. They can't connect on any of them, but Chris Valentine will be going to the line for 2 shots. That is the 3rd foul on Sam Fulton, and the 3rd for the half for the Bruins. Valentine misses his first free throw. He'll have one more. 58-44 Tri-West, 3:29 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Valentine with it. Dribbles, shoots, and he gets the 2nd one. So he's already got 9 points here in the 3rd quarter, as it's been a breakneck pace. And here comes Logan Blake looking to add to it, driving, and they call a foul on Devin Valentine. That is his 2nd, and there is a Speedway substitution. Checking in is Sam Jackson. He will replace Alex Moore for the Spark Plugs, who their leading scorer has gotten 2 points here in the second half, has 13 already on the game. No good on the shot, but Hampton throws it away right to Logan Blake, who gives it to Tyler Watson for 2. So another assist there for Logan Blake. I don't know how many assists Logan Blake has. How many? He's got a bunch of assists already here. And there's a 3-point shot for Chris Valentine. So Chris Valentine with his 12th point of the half. You missed a lot of points.
Well, I mean, you replaced me there for a little bit. I had to go get a drink.
39 to 32 at the end of the half.
When you're me and you go in the hallways, you get stopped by other guys. I had to talk to about 30 people just to get our 2 drinks.
Hey, you know, when you're a local celebrity, I mean, you can't get away from the press right there. Lucas Gooden checking into the game for the Bruins, and he has the ball up top. Gets it to Tyler Watson for a 15-foot jump shot, and it is good. Tyler Watson with 6 points in the half.
What is Sam Fulton doing on this score sheet? Looks like he's got 10 in this quarter.
Probably all those assists go to Logan Blake, too. Here's Valentine, Devin Valentine with it. He misses.
The ball down.
Sam Gooden, or Lucas Gooden with it, and he passes it over to Fulton, who looks like he got caught up in the air, threw it away. Here comes Devin Valentine. Braden Van Slyke with the hustle play, knocking it out of bounds, and Speedway will take over underneath their own basket.
Cheerleader got a little scared there with Braden running up on her, didn't he?
He was coming with a full head of steam. She had to get out of the way.
Good thing he shaved that beard for a few weeks ago. She would have ran a lot faster than that.
Speedway has it. Devin Valentine, the top of the key, over in the corner to Chris Valentine for 3, and he gets it. Chris Valentine, 4 3-pointers in the second half already. So Tri-West with a 62. I told you missed a lot. Logan Blake throws it away to Tyler Watson. That's an unforced error right there. Unforced error. Watson was looking what he was going to do with the ball before he caught it. And Speedway takes over. 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 62-51 Tri-West.
I did notice that IU is down right now in that IU-Michigan State game. I don't know if you talked about that at halftime.
I didn't, because I got the score update from my parents, and so I was just refusing to talk about it. I thought they were maybe wrong. My dad has been wrong on occasion, but
that is a bad call. Down 72-50. with about 5 minutes remaining in that IU game.
Also, a score update is Danville is beating Western Boone 42-38 or 35. So that's something to keep in mind. Luke Robertson checking in for Logan Blake. Here's Valentine with it up top to Kyle Smith. Kyle Smith over back to Valentine. Valentine guarded by Gooden. He dribbles baseline, cut off down to Sam Jackson. Jackson across to Kyle Smith for three, no good. And Sam Fulton with the rebound. Here comes Luke Robertson, gives it up to Tyler Watson. Watson coming down the court, passes in the corner to Bryce Miller. Bryce Miller to Luke Robertson, back up to Watson, who brings it down the lane, goes up for two. Tyler Watson.
Nice move, good ball movement there.
8 points in the second half. And Tri-West with a 13-point lead. This has been an incredibly quick third quarter with 1 minute remaining.
Well, when they score as much as you say they are, it does go a little faster.
Hey, this is all the second quarter or third quarter points right there on this second side. Speedway with the ball out of bounds. Chris Valentine with it. He gets it in to Dominique Hampton. Hampton with it. Cross to Devin Valentine. Valentine guarded by Gooden. And he gets it to Chris Valentine, guarded by Luke Robertson. Here comes Hampton for a screen. He rolls off, doesn't really set a screen. Gets it to Kyle Smith. Kyle Smith in the corner to Valentine. Here's Sam Jackson, loses it, but it's recovered by Dominique Hampton. Hampton gets the ball to Chris Valentine. It looks as though they're trying to wait for the last shot, see if they're able to do that. Kyle Smith with it. Over in the corner to Valentine for three, and he hits another one. So he's got 5 3-pointers in the third quarter.
That's bad communication by us.
Chris Valentine.
You're going to hit 2, okay, but if you're hitting 5, you would think we'd find where you're at.
Tyler Watson dribbles baseline across to Bryce Miller for 3. And he got it. They got the shooter's roll.
Broke the average. I told you it was happening tonight.
There we go. 6 points for Bryce Miller. And Tri-West leads 67-54. 7 seconds left. Speedway, heat check right there.
2 seconds.